Welcome back to another episode of Tides of Change. Each video takes about a dozen hours of work, so if you could please leave a like, it'll go a long way in helping out the channel. And back to the video.
Did you say you could control the wind?
Somewhat. I can control gusts of air, but not really big things.
If I can boost your power, do you think it'll work?
To get the ship to the port, you mean?
To get it faster.
No, you won't get to port in 3 days. The captain tells you that straight up. Hadrian is just like, no, that'll be impossible. Even with a full herd, we wouldn't make it in 3 days. We're about 2 weeks out from port.
Maybe I can use hypnosis on the werewolves and calm them down.
Can you do that for all 30?
I can do hypnosis, yes.
As the DM says, you can try, but I'm not going to give
Yes,
you
I
any
can
clues until
try.
the event itself. Right now, this is a
Oh,
brainstorm
God.
session for all of you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
keeping quiet.
Can,
Come up with as
but
many
it-
ideas as you can.
but it takes a toll on me. But I can or at least I can try. But the Ink of Darkness is much easier for me because I have 3 vials.
Also, to answer Spira's question, you would be able to fly for quite a long time. However, carrying everybody would dramatically limit how fast and long you could travel for. If it was
Yeah,
just you,
but
you could
that's
probably
it.
escape to land, but yeah, peace out everybody else.
At
But
the
if-
same time, I probably can't carry everyone, but right now I'm just blanking on names. Very sorry. But Sylaris can escape to the water, so I don't need to carry her.
Yes, and I can carry 1 person as well.
I could possibly be fine. Depends. How long does my ability with laugh?
Depends on how well you cast it and
Oh
how
my
long your
God.
concentration is. All right, I have several ideas. I can help out as well when if need be, but I just wanted to give you guys a few minutes to brainstorm and come up with plans and stuff. Let's see what you could. I mean, you've already given some good ones.
To be fair, I am tiny, so I could just hide.
But also, what if Hyacinth amplifies my spirit horse thing, so I can actually carry Nyx as well?
Yep, that could work.
But why would you need to carry Nyx?
Exactly.
In case plan doesn't work.
But if
But we don't know
Nyx
that.
is a werewolf,
Yeah, we don't.
they will transform as well. You will be in danger carrying a werewolf.
Ethan here?
That's a good point. You still think Nyx is a thrope?
Yeah.
Out of character question. Would I know how werewolves act?
No, you've barely left your circle, your circle of fair weather. So whenever it was a full moon, all you heard was the howling from the Pearl Strand. So you've heard howling from Pearl Strand, which was 25 kilometers away. So that was a loud howling.
Oh my God.
Oof. I might need a backup plan if I don't roll well. Out of character. If I don't roll well, then I might need a backup plan.
Yeah, but it is a fair point. I probably don't know that you would need help. So Spira is probably plotting the whole fly away with Hyacinth. Yeah.
Well, because Sylaris could probably just swim to port.
Yes, I'm the only one who's fine by herself in this situation.
Sylaris can be like, see ya.
Yeah, but I can carry someone as well. So we can just put you in a mason jar and I will just,
Yeah.
No jumper.
and I will just, I will just,
Don't forget the hole.
no, I will make sure that your mason jar is out of water. I will,
No jar. I can't be in a jar.
but this way you won't be even wet from the water. So
Hyacinth's claustrophobic.
the mason jar is full of glass. It's not.
It's
Are
not
you-
glass. It's not full of claws.
Okay, then something
can fly
shallow.
Huh?
You can fly with me if that feels better for you.
I think I would just fly with Spira.
Okay.
I will mention this though. The boat, while it's going slow for the boat, it's still faster than you swimming. So if you were to jump in the ocean, you would be left behind. You would
Yes,
be safe.
because someone killed my shark.
No shark.
If only you had a shark that would keep up with the boat. Such a shame. Such a shame.
Exactly.
If we tie a rope to the boat, can you hold on to the rope?
Probably, but I don't think it would be a very pleasant ride.
Probably not, but you won't lose the boat.
Yes.
Well, they did say they had an extra boat.
Yes, they said they have a rowboat.
So if you tie a rope to the boat and then to the rowboat, you can just stay in there.
Yes, that's a nice idea.
The captain, having listened to all of your ideas, is like, yes, I was planning on giving you a rowboat and letting you guys go upon your way. I figured that while we're still a good few hundred kilometers away, I thought maybe you would be able to find it. I mean, you've shown yourselves resourceful, but if you want to stay with the boat, then, yeah, getting into the air or off the boat is probably the wisest idea. Other than that, the only other recommendation is that you spend the night with Roderick here, and he slings his arm over his shoulder. Although Roderick, he would have to be outside your room for this particular evening, and he rolls his eyes like, yes, and I'll sleep with the crew. Not that I'm going to remember the evening anyway. This is the only time he will actually sleep in the same room as the others, because he's not going to remember that night.
But aren't they too strong and they can just tear down the doors or not? We can try,
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
but yeah,
I'm just like, that sounds like a bad idea.
it does.
Meanwhile, I'm internally
I would like
contemplating
to
whether to tell the others.
Nix, if you want to reveal yourself, you can do it at any time.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh, Nix. You are outside of our room as well.
Yeah,
So.
at this current rate, you're going to be locked with the crew.
Yeah. Poor you.
You know what? I'll just. You know what? Let's be honest. It's been weeks now, right?
Yeah.
Guys, I have a confession. I'm not a thrope.
everyone except for Hadrian and Jareth are like, look shocked.
What are you, Dan?
I'm a kitsune.
What?
Roderick puts his hands to his chin and he just takes another look at you and he's like, a Kitsune, what are you doing all the way from home?
Oh my god.
I'm holding a hand, like just no, in front of Nix.
No.
Yep.
I just
No.
step 2 steps backward,
Just this way.
put some distance between us.
Casually, like.
Okay.
I was wondering though, because I am a kitsune, I could possibly disguise myself when it's time for the full moon.
You see quite a few eyebrows raised, as pretty much no one really understands the Kitsune abilities because your island is such a mystery. The Hadrian and Jared look at you, but they're trusting what you said because you've not shown yourself to be a deceptive person. Besides the fact that you hid this the entire time.
This whole time.
Okay, in what way? How about you show us, says Hadrian. I've actually never seen a Kitsune use their abilities before.
You were watching it live for 10 weeks.
No, that was just natural deception.
Yeah, just natural deception
Remember?
without even using the ability. I was just myself the entire time.
Nix didn't even have to morph, they just look like a thrope.
Okay, but if you don't transform at the full moon, then you can just be with us, whatever our plan will be.
Is that possible? Could I?
Roderick is like, no,
Well,
I want to
it-
see this ability. Come on, Nick, show us the powers of the Kitsune.
Okay. Then I'm gonna cast guys.
Okay. You've done this a few times back at home, and obviously ever since you got your first tail, you've been practicing this because you were so excited to finally get your tail.
Finally.
Late bloomer. Pretty much.
Stop it.
Context for everyone else. Pretty much every other character that was like around Key's age had already had their tail before Key got theirs.
But me.
So everybody
But
else
me.
had their powers but Key. But yes, once you finally got your tail, you were very excited to learn it. So here's how you use your primal ability. It's a different hand shape than the other ones that you saw your parents use. So you touch your baby fingers and your index fingers together and curl your middle and ring fingers together to make a shape down. So you've got 2 fingers pointing up and 2 down, and then you join your thumbs together. So once you make that shape, it's like almost like your palms of your hands makes a apple shape or a very like rectangular heart shape. But yeah, once you place those together, you focus on your spirits, and then you'll be able to disguise yourself. So give me your best mental roll. Sorry, I'm in with both hands.
I was doing it too.
Me too.
I was doing it too. Out of character.
Both baby fingers touching, both index fingers touching, and then your ring and middle finger pointing down, and then your thumbs joining together. So yeah, much easier. You can clap. You could. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
hard.
I just realized how hard that must have been with doing it with one
Basically
hand.
the Spider-Man hand, but together.
Yeah, that's actually right. Yeah. But it's specifically joining both hands together, because when you touch your hands together like that and you cast your ability, what did you roll? Sorry, I can see. 18, perfect. At the moment you join your hands together with that handshake, there's a puff of smoke as your whole body changes, and when the smoke dissipates, you look just like. Who do you want to mimic here?
Ooh.
Adrian, Roderick, Jareth, Sylaris, Spira?
Probably not me.
You can't mimic Hyacinth because of the size difference.
Let's do Jared.
Okay, Jareth. Okay. So yeah. There's now 2 Jareths in the room, and what's it to his surprise, and also to Hadrian, the person who's most surprised is Roderick, as his mind is flooded with the possibilities.
Oh no!
Is it bad that I know exactly what possibilities he's thinking of?
Yeah. He's just like, he looks at Jareth and he's like,
thinking the same thing.
he's like, there's 2 of you now.
no.
And Jareth just like rubs his hand down his face, and he's just like, sir, please. This is a very serious conversation we're having right now.
I've always wondered what it'd be like if I could kiss a mirror.
Yeah, Roderick, that's actually Roderick's next question. He's like, so could you copy me?
Oh my god.
You don't
Just
have
roll
to.
my eyes.
You don't have to answer that. Every time you transform, it does use up some of your wild spirits that are around you. So you don't want to transform regularly. Even like maintaining it, I will start making you do concentration rolls and such to keep it going. So you can end it
Okay.
now if you want to.
I'll break out right now. Yeah,
Okay.
this was just to show everyone.
You return to your usual red-tailed fluffy self. Scarlet tail. Okay, so you guys have, it's not tonight, it's the next evening. So you have just under 2 days to prepare. Is there anything anybody wants to do specifically? Otherwise, we will skip ahead.
I think we should.
Did we agree on some plans, or?
I thought you were gonna be in the rowboat.
Yeah, what is everybody's plans here? Let's decide
Okay, so
on it.
first option is that we all get on the rowboat. The second option is that we lock ourselves in the VIP room.
Vera, give me an intelligence roll.
This is intense music trying to plan.
Exactly.
Intense brainstorming music. Uh-oh.
No, it's fine. I will factor in the thing that you have a master on board that you could seek advice from if you would like to. Okay, so do you want to speak to Dr. Wolfenstein?
Yes.
You're back with the good doctor, and when you relay this story to him, he starts freaking out because he's like, I am so sorry, dear. In my old age, I never even thought about the possibility of it. I was so enraptured in my work that I completely forgot that you guys are not broken. He's like, let's see, this is very bad. This is very, 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 very bad. I see the captain is right. Staying on the boat would not be good at all. However, if and he's thinking and he's thinking and he's thinking. He goes, okay, there is one option, one very important option, right? When we transform during the full moon, we give into our primal forms desires. That includes everything from rage, hunger, wrath, etc. So what's it? That's most particularly hunger. Right? So if you were on board and the crew was hungry, they would see you as a food source, my love. I'm really sorry to tell you this, but yeah, staying on the boat would be really bad. However, if we could convince Hadrian, or more specifically Jareth, if we could convince Jareth to throw another feast with what's left of the Kelrathi meat, maybe we could induce a food coma in the rest of the crew so that when they transform, they'll be lethargic and they won't actually want to hunt all of you down. That's the wisdom that Dr. Wolfenstein has for you, Spira.
Not bad.
Do we have that much meat left?
Yes, because out of all the monsters that you happened to fight, you ended up fighting the giant whale, which has tons of meat. Like literally, if you'd fought any of the other creatures I'd planned, this situation would have been even more dangerous.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
How lucky.
Yeah, very lucky that you got tons of... The fact that it decided to jump on the boat was also not part of the plan. Yeah, nice save. This is my one DM help for this situation.
Thanks, Dice.
Give them food coma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Food coma.
You guys are around here, by the way. You're
It's
around...
worth a shot.
And then we can try to stay in the boat, and if everything else fails, we still have the rowboat as a last resort, right?
And even after that, with Hyacinth's help, I could probably carry Nyx for at least a while. So as long as that is the last option, I think we should be fine.
That sounds like a plan.
On the first day, on the first evening, because this is the first evening, right? It's not the day. Everybody give me a perception roll.
Perception.
Yes, so
Wait.
your highest mental stat.
Okay.
Oh wait, highest
Ooh,
mental stat.
Oh, wait.
2 crit
Hey,
successes.
everything.
Okay,
Oh my
Nyx,
God.
Nyx and Spira. Later that evening, the two of you struggled to fall asleep, so you decided to go for a walk on the deck of the boat to catch some air. When you look up, you see the moon is almost at a full moon, and you notice the rest of the crew are already a little like itchy. They're a little on edge. They are worried, and some of them have already approached you saying, you know, please don't stay on the boat. Like, if something were to happen to you, I wouldn't forgive myself, is that what the general sentiment is from the crew. They like you guys. They really do like you guys, and they're worried about what's going to happen. However, you two spot something, or more specifically, you hear something, because a huge thunder crack erupts across the sky. From your perspective, a giant laser beam shoots through the sky, past the boat, and ripples off into the distance. Just imagine like a giant laser beam had been fired off from somewhere and just shoots past the boat.
Huh?
What was that?
Do you see this?
Yeah, you and everybody on the boat
Thunder
definitely.
normally doesn't work like that.
Yes, you heard it first
that?
and then saw the lightning. I mean, the laser beam. That's the weird thing.
What?
You heard it first and then the laser beam.
It was lightning.
Uh,
I mean, I know. I'm not there to see it, but I'm asking Jono. Wait,
yeah,
it was
you-
lightning.
We heard the noise.
you would
as
have
well.
heard you would have heard the thunder boom, but it was like a single almighty thunder boom that rivals all other thunder booms that you've ever heard in your life. Like, it ripples the whole boat. Like, and yeah, you just saw this laser beam shoot across the sky and heading in the distance towards Tarnithia.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
I'm thinking too.
Hyacinth's gonna run.
I
I
have
guess.
no thoughts. I'm just like, what is
Empty,
that?
no thoughts.
My thoughts are that is not thunder. Either someone did an attack across the ocean, or that was a creature.
You don't know. Even with a crit,
No, I don't.
even with a crit success on those probability rolls, I'm not revealing what that is yet.
I don't know what to think.
I
It's
have
not
no clue.
Hyacinth,
that I
I just don't.
encounter.
I don't
By
trust
it?
what I just seen. I don't like what I just saw.
Did everyone get woken up by it, or?
Yeah, the whole boat would have woken up to that.
This is probably gonna be very stupid, but I'm gonna fly and see if I can see anything.
Oh no, it's already over the horizon. Like, it zoomed by like
Yeah.
super fast. By the time like you even had time to process what it was, whatever it was, it already passed.
Yeah,
almost
but I'm
almost
still
like a
gonna
shooting
look-
star kind of thing, but like
That's
laser.
what I was. Yeah, was it like a meteor or?
Yeah, it would have certainly sounded like one or felt like one. But yeah,
Question.
Yes.
Is it almost like a weather ability?
you wouldn't know. The only thing is that it sounded like a thunderbolt to you.
So we can't even have that answer?
No,
Okay, cool.
I'm tight-lipped.
Hyacinth rushes up to the boat. What's going on?
What do you say, guys?
I'm gonna land again because even I know I didn't
Ooh,
see anything.
I
But
actually-
know
Wait,
clue.
Gina.
It was
You
like
do see like a flash of light on the edge of the horizon. Yeah, but that's about it. Because you were flying up high and you got that crit success. So I'm gonna say that because you flew up high, you did see a small flash in the far distance. Like, yeah, too far to even see what it was. Just like a light.
I'm gonna land again, and I'm just gonna say that I'm not really sure, but I think something traveled across the sky really, really quickly because that was not a lightning.
Did you say lightning?
we heard it first before we saw it. I'm not sure what it was. It just
Was there any clouds?
It didn't come from the sky, and we heard the bang first and then saw the light, so it wasn't anything weather related. And it kind of looked like it landed somewhere or across the ocean.
Hyacinth kind of makes a sigh of relief. That's good. Hopefully it doesn't get into our travel.
No.
I just had to laugh at that. There's no way I would set up a Chekhov's gun without pulling the trigger.
We didn't even solve the trope danger yet, Jono. Give us a break.
It's called setups and payoffs.
he's setting up.
Okay.
I create
So-
lots of scenarios, and then depending on what you guys do, you trigger certain things.
Well, I guess we will
We triggered
see
this? Wait.
once we reach land.
If you reach land.
Okay.
Well,
Sounds promising.
yeah, so it is the next day. It is the last day before the full moon. What do you guys do? Do you prep the boat? Is there I'm assuming you would gather your stuff.
Yes, and
Should we talk to the captain
What do you want to
We
ask
should
him?
definitely talk to the captain.
to try
Okay.
another feast?
Oh, yes. So, who wants to do the talking? You guys have got to pick a spokesman here.
I
Not me.
volunteer. Oh,
So Hyacinth volunteer. Is that right?
One
Use your
second.
Fey charm.
1 second. I
I'm
volunteer.
Good with social stuff. I do not volunteer.
me neither. But
think
in the meanwhile, I try to gather some wooden planks and nails to reinforce the door in the VIP room after we are inside.
Okay. So you're prepping to barricade yourselves in.
Yes.
There is a
For plan
lovely
B.
glass window at the back of the boat that you can use to emergency evacuate. I'll give you that.
Okay, I was about to say that if there are preparations to be done, I want to make sure that we have an escape route.
Yes, of course.
I'm
Okay.
gonna talk to the captain.
Okay, Hyacinth. He's like, oh, Hyacinth, what can I help you with, little one? You know tonight is the night, after all.
Well, that's the thing. Maybe we can try a feast.
A
Let's
last
have another
supper
feast.
kind of thing. Well, I understand, having your last meal is kind of important, but you can see he's joking, but also not joking.
Hyacinth is like,
What-
well,
what-
Not for us.
well, actually, since we heard that you guys feed on hunger when you are in your primal state.
Mhm.
So we could probably get y'all fat and plump and lazy,
Oh,
so you
ye-
wouldn't want to eat us.
Oh yeah, you have no idea how bad it is. This is why we always travel between the full moons, so that the crew doesn't just eat up all our stock in the kitchens. You know how expensive it is to replace like broken chains. But yeah, that is actually a very good idea. I wonder if we have any Kilrathi meat left. I mean, Jareth, where are you? And you see Jareth is never very far away from Hadrian, because he always knows that Hadrian needs him. So Jareth steps out from behind the edge. He's like, yes, we should have enough. However, we will have to resupply on our food when we do arrive at port. And Hadrian's like, you know what? I think it's worth it. I would love a feast anyway. So why don't we just tell everybody to prep for tonight? They can eat themselves good and fat, and we'll lock ourselves in the brig for the evening. And he
Maybe drink a lot of booze too. She's trying to convince them to get themselves all drunk and lethargic and lazy.
you know how to party, little lady. I like you. And he offers his pinky finger again for you to shake. Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that because you just spoke his language.
Yes.
Nice. So then, while everybody else is feasting in the hall, I assume you guys got yourselves a meal. Roderick blows you guys a kiss as he leaves you to his room. He's like, bye-bye, as he closes the door.
And
And as he closes the door,
my
he just
skin
Nice
crawls.
guy.
and he just
He's a
goes,
nice man.
good luck.
He's very friendly.
And yeah,
I
the
wonder if
door,
he'll take me traveling one day.
Hyacinth is literally oblivious to flirting. She's just
Mhm.
like, oh, he's so nice.
all right, so then you barricade the door. Is that my understanding?
Yes.
Okay, Sylaris, give me a intelligence check for building this barricade.
Intelligence.
help?
Okay, but okay.
You said you wanted to build the barricade.
Yeah, but isn't it more like strength or dexterity?
No, you got to figure
rather
out how to
than-
do it. You got to figure out the best places to hammer the nail.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god, she's gonna
Oh
put
my-
the nails in the middle.
That was a D12, by the way.
I'm not
Reroll.
the
That was a
sharpest
that
tool
was
in
a
the
D12.
shed.
That was
Reroll.
D12.
Wait, was
reroll.
it that?
You have
a
Okay, I'm
chance.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Everybody
sorry,
else, give me a
no.
perception roll.
Oh no.
Oh my god!
Everybody else. So Hyacinth, Spira, and
Wait, perception. Which one does that fall under?
your highest mental.
Another. I'm wasting all my now.
Everybody notices that this water-based creature is not very good with a hammer and nail and like barricading wooden doors. And you realize that despite Sylaris' best effort, you're not going to trust your lives to this. So would anybody like to step in and just give them a hand?
I'm gonna help. I've built some shelters in my day.
Yeah, give me an intelligence roll. Then I'll give a buff because you're experienced on that. I was actually debuffing Sylaris on that roll. I didn't even need to. Like it was like negative. Okay, so Spira does a better job. And yeah, so you've got wooden planks above there. Nyx, give me an intelligence roll as well.
Okay.
Yeah, looks good. Looks great. It's fantastic. You feel so
You're so
safe right now.
smart.
You feel so safe right now.
At least I'm smarter than a kitsune.
I'm so sorry, guys.
That's
Yep. This is
perfect.
where I want to be.
Hyacinth, give me an intelligence roll. Yep, you feel safe.
I feel just as safe.
I can't. I
One.
can't.
This looks fantastic, guys. Please do not prepare anything intelligence related to us.
Everybody feels safe and secure.
We all. Oh no.
Oh god.
You guys are just now waiting for the sun to set and the full moon to rise. You're safe. You feel safe in the
So safe,
security
guys.
of the barricade that you have constructed with the help of the abyssal and Pegasus, as well as the encouragement from the Kitsune and Fae, who are drooling slightly.
So oblivious.
Pardon?
At least make it that I'm just lazy and I'm
Yeah,
sleeping.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, you guys feel comfortable, so you're just like getting ready to sleep for the night.
I
I
just.
want to keep a guard up.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
Nyx and
too.
Hyacinth are so confident in this barricade that they're actually preparing to go to sleep. That's what your crit fail is.
Good
gonna-
job, guys.
Out of
Okay.
I'm
character
gonna pass
revelation.
out.
Can I have an out of character revelation? Out
Yes.
of character.
Yeah.
Did Roderick go have a feast?
Yeah, he went and joined them because he's not going to remember this evening.
Oh god. Okay.
I know I said that the primal forms are given to
Yes.
their innate desires, but no,
Oh, yeah.
we're not going there.
Otherwise, I really hope Jono this won't
I was
turn
gonna say,
into
we're
the
not going to
continuation
do
of your
that.
werewolf story.
He's gonna end up getting stabbed.
I'm
by
never
accident-
beating the
by
allegations.
accident quotations.
I'm never
You
beating
ain't
these.
ever beating the allegations.
Yeah. Okay. So the sun sets, and you guys can see it from the back of the ship. You notice that Jareth was kind enough to let out one of the rowboats and tied a rope to it, so it's dangling at the back of the boat. You can see it from your window. He's used the longest rope he could find, and there's a rowboat dangling behind you guys if you do need to make an emergency exit. So yeah, that was Jareth's contribution to the plan. So yeah,
Go, Jareth.
because yeah, you guys actually forgot to set up the boat.
Yep. Oops.
Oh,
Goodbye, Dareth.
well, I was
He's-
sleepy, so
Yeah, he's the bestest boy.
Best boy, Jareth. Let's go.
MVP.
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
Yeah, you should be.
Oh!
Oh my god.
We did something wrong, didn't we?
All right. So the sun is set, and you see in the distance from the window of the back of the boat in the captain's quarters, you see the moon rising slowly in the distance. Its silver light that is usually so beautiful on most days is the harbinger of something most terrified to come. You've spent the past few days wondering, thinking, planning, listening to the concerns of everyone who knows what's about to happen. But now you wait. And you wait, and the full moon itself rises entirely. Give me a perception check, everyone. Yes, even the sleepers. But I will debuff you.
We're not sleeping.
Should we add our intelligence?
Yes,
Right?
you can add your highest mental stat to it.
Oof. Oof.
I didn't add a
N-
2 to mine.
Not looking good.
I didn't add a 2 to mine.
That is a nat one.
Congrats.
5.
Okay then. So you guys don't hear anything, but you do feel the boat moving now and then in a strange way, followed by the sound of a howl in the distance. A long, deep howl. So you know that they have transformed, but you're waiting. All you can do is wait. You just have to get through this night and see the sunrise, and then they will return back to normal. You hear the sounds of scratching on wood, claws clinking against wood, as they seem to have already gotten out of the dining hall, and they're moving around. Somebody give me an intelligence check. Spira, I'll give you a buff on that because you've been on this boat for the longest. You know that Thrope are very much scent-based creatures. You get the idea that maybe you should plug up the gap underneath the door with some of the bedding from the captain, so that the captain's scent is what's leaking out of the room rather than you guys.
Hey guys, I think I'm whispering, by the way. Guys, I think we should just grab the captain's bedclothes and just try to make sure that our scent doesn't get out of this room, and just plug every little nook and cranny that we can find.
Why are you whispering?
Like the Thropi are really, really scent-based, and we can't let our scents escape this room.
The question, do I have a scent?
Yes.
We all have sin.
Everybody has scent. Yeah.
Okay. You smell like fish.
Rude.
But fair. Okay.
What's your
But
cologne? Low tide.
No
So-
tie. Brine.
Okay.
I would help, but I don't have any strength. I'm not much help.
I'm helping you with my tentacles. I can do quite a lot of work.
So Gina and so Spira and Sylaris, give me dexterity rolls. Nice. Okay, so the two of you grab the bed sheets and you can smell Roderick's scent on them, as well as Hadrian. Yeah. You can smell Roderick and Hadrian's scents have been mixed with the bed because they've been sharing the bed separately, not at the same time. And you stuff it along the door and all the gaps, not just the bottom of the door, but also the edges and the top as well. Because you got that crit success, I will be gracious enough to let you fully block it off. I was going to be evil and have the scent still leak in from the other parts of the door. But good job on the roll.
So I'm saying, you better give us
Saved
that
by
crit
the
success. Because of Spira.
Now then, you hear the sounds of claws on wood, scratching and clicking as they are walking around, prowling the boat itself. They're moving up and down, and this seems to go on for several minutes. Even though it's only a few minutes, it feels like hours. But there isn't any clocks in this room, so you don't really know how long you're going to have to endure this madness. The stress and pressure is building up for everybody, so I will be making composure checks from all of you. But let's do our first
Okay.
composure check.
Oh, okay.
No, hi guys.
Sylaris,
Hi guys.
Sylaris,
Yes.
give me an instinct check, and if you roll less than 10, you're about to scream.
What check?
Instinct.
Instinct.
Oh my god.
It's a
It's
mental.
a pure D20. It's the once possession lifeline.
So I don't have any modifiers. Oh my
No,
god.
you scream.
Okay, hold on. Can one of us
Nope.
perceive that she's
Nope.
she's panicking?
Nope.
Why would I scream?
From
I'm
the
a
pressure.
trained soldier.
Fortunately, a crit fail is a crit fail.
Yeah.
You snap under the pressure, and
That was a 1.
your defense mechanism kicks in, and you can't take the pressure anymore, so you yell and a challenge of "Come fight me!" Your soldier side kicks in, and you don't want to sit
Oh
hiding
my
anymore,
gosh.
and you
Oh my
kick into aggression instead. How does everybody else respond to this?
Calm down, calm down. It's gonna be okay.
You went into fight
I'm gonna
mode.
try to calm
no
her
flight,
down.
just fight.
I'm
Oh no. What are those? What are those?
I think
What are those?
some of the
Jono's funny. I
tropes
don't like
nearby, do they hear me or not?
The four of you wait to hear what happens. You notice that the clicking sound has stopped of the patrolling Thrope.
Oh, great.
Composure checks.
Oh no.
Composure is mental, right?
Now
No,
I'm
no, it's
much
charisma.
better.
It's at the bottom of your social skills. Who rolled?
Charisma? Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Who rolled the
Sorry.
4?
I did.
Sorry, I technically rolled a 20. I put 2 on accident. I mean,
Uh,
not on accident, because I thought it was
Yeah,
meant.
no, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, Nyx, you give me an instinct roll. If it's less than 10, you scream out.
Oh no.
Visions of the battle that you faced floods through your mind as you thinking about how you came close to
No!
death once before. However, you just barely manage to contain yourself as you clap your hand against your mouth and you manage to do a muffled scream into your
I'm
hand.
gonna try to calm down Nyx. It's gonna be okay. It's okay.
Yeah, Hyacinth, because you rolled a crit success on that, you managed to help calm down both Sylaris and Nyx with your reassuring. You had such iron composure. The smallest member of the party
Yes.
assures the other two. My turn.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm scared.
this is kind of freaky.
Oh, no.
18?
Oh, no.
18 and 16.
Oh no.
But I calmed them
You would-
down.
I will say this, you were doing so well. You were doing so well with plugging up the door. However, you hear a loud thud as something hits against the side of the wall. Not the door itself, but something hits against the side of the door. Thud. Another thing hits the other side of the wall as 2 Thrope werewolves throw themselves against the door. Everybody give me a dexterity reaction. So this is to make sure that the bed sheets don't unclog themselves from the Thrope, like. Okay,
Oh,
so
nice.
Spira, Nyx, and Sylaris all dive at the door while Hyacinth watches, and you desperately stuff the blankets around the edges to stop your scent from leaking out of the room. You hear scratching on the wall, like when a cat is scratching its nails, but it's scratching on the walls of it, and you can hear the growling and sniffing noise as 2 different sounding Thrope are nearby the door. They go as they're scratching against the door, and they start like barking at each other, and you hear yelping and biting sounds as they get into a bit of a scuffle right outside the door. Bang! They bang against the door again. Their scuffling seems to have hit the door itself. Give me another dexterity reaction roll. Fantastic. You all managed to like dive and hold the door still with all of the bed sheets blocking on the side of it.
What did I do?
You flew up to the top part of the door to keep the bed sheets in there. You guys are doing really well though. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
god, look at this.
All the 4 of them.
scared.
All
Oh my
4 of
God.
them.
Oh my
We're
god.
dead. We're dead.
Can I cast guys?
So to know, this is how I'm going to. Okay. Due to no fault of your own, Roderick accidentally
Of
left the
course,
window
Roderick.
open.
Of course he
He
did.
accidentally left the window open ever so ajar because he likes a nice breeze in the room. So your scent was leaking out the window and up onto the top of the deck where 30 or so werewolves are.
Hey, good job.
Roderick.
Can we just,
Don't you just love this guy?
Can we kill
yeah,
him after
more and
this?
more.
Can we just give him a little punch?
You liked the guy 5 minutes earlier.
Well, this is out of character me.
Out of character.
Leader and
This
leadership.
is me
be
talking to
respected.
So can we just,
Okay, you hear a frenzy of like howling and barking and running upstairs as the Thrope that were on top of the deck catch wind of your scent and start like running down into the bowels of the ship itself.
Gotta get out.
Can Spira just
Guys.
make gust of wind that somehow purges the room of our sense?
Like, where would you send the air? Because they've already detected you. We'll put it that way. They know that there's
So they already know. Mhm.
they know that there's something in the captain's room, but they're in their primal form, so they're not really thinking like dogs have the intelligence of like 5-year-olds, so they know that there's a room with food in it, live food that's alive that'll play with you as you eat it. So
But if they don't smell us anymore, maybe they will just leave it or leave us.
I thought they were fat and full.
Yeah.
they are lethargic, which is giving them a debuff to their everything. However, this is primal thropit. They will gorge themselves at every opportunity. So yeah,
This idea was farce.
you guys
So
have a
on to
few
the
seconds to decide what
boat.
you're gonna do. Are you gonna stay in the room or are you gonna get out of the room? Because they are coming down the stairs. They're
Gonna have
running
to
down
get
the
out of the
corridor.
room.
You can hear
Yeah, we have to jump on
Jump out
on
of
the
the window.
boat.
I'm gonna try to summon my primal soul.
I just
inside the
cast
room or
guys
outside
just
the
in
room?
Side of the room. I want to land
While
on my
escaping just in
soul's back.
case.
Okay. So everybody, just to confirm, I'm gonna ask each person individually. So Gina wants to jump out the window and while flying, use the primal soul to summon a primal version of a Pegasus that she can ride on. Lael wants to swim in the ocean. Is that my understanding correct?
I mean, not in the ocean, in the boat.
On the boat, onto the boat. Okay.
On the boat.
And Nick
Or,
wants...
I'm sorry, maybe I can try to hypnotize them, but I
There's
don't know how
there's too many.
effective.
There's too many.
There's too many. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
onto
after
the
all
boat.
of them detect, like maybe if 1 or 2 of them had come into the room, but not when pretty much the entire boat just caught your scent.
Okay, then my choice is the boat.
Okay, so you wanted to transform, but you've never seen a transformed Thrope, so you would at best only be able to copy a base Thrope or one of your friends here.
Dang. Okay, well,
Or you could wait for one to
Save
come
that
through
for
and then
later.
transform.
I'll save that for a last-ditch effort.
I never mentioned...
I'm gonna go.
I didn't mention...
Question.
Yes.
I'm sorry. If Nyx transforms, for example, into a Pegasus, would they be able to fly as
No.
well? Okay.
It's just aesthetic.
illusion.
Yeah.
Oh,
It wouldn't change your scent either.
question.
Yes.
Since I'm tiny, can I hide or would they still be able to smell me?
Most likely they will find you.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to fly out the window.
Okay,
And
okay.
above their
Do,
hand.
do we have anything else that has Roderick's scent or
He's
anything
got
in
his
the room?
pillow with a nice heart on it. It was his pillow he brought from home.
Well,
No,
let's
I'd
just-
rather die. No, thank you.
I can't pick it up.
At least the pillow doesn't say yes or no on it, okay?
Wait,
I mean, I can
I could-
probably carry.
Can we rip it
one.
and each?
I could have hidden the pillow if it has his scent still in it.
That's
It's true, actually, if you want to risk your life for it.
I mean, they want to be able to smell me.
It'll be against their perception.
But it would be really claustrophobic for you if you want. You would have to burrow yourself really into the center of the pillow.
Then yeah, I'm
Maybe
gonna be
even so
flying up.
They are dogs, and they probably.
Now that mason jar doesn't seem to be that bad, right?
It's still worse.
How did your character die? Smothered by a pillow. All right. So then, everybody give me acrobatics as you jump out the window.
let's go.
Wait, does my acrobatics count in this?
Dexterity, yes,
Especially-
plus your acrobatics points, whatever it was.
Even if it is a specialty in
Oh, I didn't add
evasion?
dexterity.
Yeah, you can add it now. That's okay. You get +5, so that's 11. That's okay. So everybody jumps out and does okay. Spira kind of in her panic flaps and is a little bit low. So, okay, let's go with Spira first. Use your primal soul, manifest your physical soul, spirit density 8. So this is going to use up a lot of your spirits, but it is very easy to do. So basically you place your hand out in front of you and you feel a strange sensation as all the spirits around you coalesce and your soul technically leaves your body as it's encapsulated by the wild spirits that you were controlling. And essentially for everyone else, what you see is a translucent horse with wings that manifests itself beneath Spira's hand, from which Spira lands gracefully onto and essentially is riding a literal Pegasus itself. Spira, you are quite exhausted from this cast of this spell. It's very easy to do, but it is very exhausting to have pulled off. However, essentially, you don't have to worry about exhaustion from traveling for for a while. Sylaris, you dive into the water and surface onto the boat. I assume you're drawing your daggers to prepare yourself.
Yes.
Where do you go? Do you go onto the Pegasus or the boat?
Let's go on to the Pegasus.
Okay, so you land on the Pegasus back. Spira, you notice that it sinks a little bit lower, and you were already a bit low, so you're already just barely above water. In fact, the hooves of your primal soul get a little bit wet. So Hyacinth, you flitter out of the window last, and when you look behind you, you see the door bust down, and a werewolf, fully transformed. Its fur, gray and silver fur from head to toe, with a doctor's coat on and ravenous jaws, and it looks at you and howls. You realize it's Dr. Wolfenstein. He was the first one to make it to the door.
So cruel.
But he does howl and roar when he sees you, but you flitter out the window. The two that were fighting behind him, like, get his attention, and he whips around to split them up as well. You guys are on the boat. The room is about to be filled with about a dozen or so thrope. What do you do? All of you are at water level right now.
Are they small enough to fit through the window as well?
No, but they could break through it. They will break through it.
And they aren't afraid to jump into the water?
No.
Or no, really?
No. Remember what I said at the
Maybe-
beginning of the stream, that I said rolling 32 is not actually that impressive in my world?
Oh god.
Well, I didn't even roll a 20 or near a 20 today, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
It's
saying, a fully transformed thrope is one of them is a threat. 35 of them is party ending.
Party ending. Okay.
Oh,
So
gosh.
what if we cut the rope that is tying the boat to the rowboat to the big boat?
Yep, then the boat would start to drift away as the boat is still moving forward.
Yeah, but it would
Stranded in
put
the
some
water.
distance between us.
It's better to be stranded than dead.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
don't even know which way to go.
Well, I'm quite.
We're going
I'm
east.
feeling at home, so.
Just follow the rising sun. Hope for the best.
The question is that
Clever.
As long as I
how
don't
big,
have to swim.
how good of a swimmer they are. Would they be catch up on us?
You have no idea.
Okay, but
Question. Can I hang on to the top of the sail?
Yes,
Like
you can if you want.
far above them.
Yes, you can. You can go to the crow's nest if you want.
Would my scent still be able to, because I'm tiny.
I know. I will have to factor it into the roll.
but they are sailors.
They are being
You're
debuffed.
So-
But, I mean, they're in their primal state, so they wouldn't really be thinking right now.
Yeah, they
would
basically have the intelligence of 5-year-olds.
I'm tiny, so my scent isn't that.
Mhm.
I could just go to the crow's nest.
Okay then.
I'll fly up there.
So Hyacinth flies up to the
That
crow's
is a big
nest. Spira and Nyx are on the primal soul.
I want to take my primal soul up. I feel like up is a very good direction to
Oh,
be.
good.
Yeah, up
I
and
feel
away.
safer in the clouds.
Oh yeah, hide in the cloud.
Okay. And Sylaris, you're cutting the rope on the boat, right?
Well, yeah, I don't really have any other
Give me an
options.
intelligence check, Sylaris.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
Let me see.
Oh,
I have
no.
a +1.
We'll miss
right?
you.
We'll-
Okay, guys. On should be ready to take my place in this RPG.
Just swim down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're intelligent enough to know that scent doesn't really travel through water that well, so maybe dipping into the ocean would be a good way to evade them.
Okay, if I'm.
We'll
Yeah,
remember
it's,
you.
I will.
Well, she'll be safe.
I won't be able to keep up
Yeah,
with the boat
But
anyway.
she'll be left behind.
There is the
Okay.
wooden steps near the edge of the boat as well that you could like hold on to from.
I was gonna say, why don't you just go under the boat but hold on to it under?
Yeah, there's a little those wooden steps that you took before goes all the way down into under the boat. So when it's in dry dock, it also can be climbed.
But isn't the turbulence and such things
It's not like modern
deadly
ships.
under
This
the
is-
boat?
This is Victorian era ships, so it's not like super fast.
Super.
Like the
Okay,
whole
then
reason
I
you're in this
will-
mess is because it wasn't going fast.
Okay, then I will cling onto the wooden stair.
Okay, my turn. Everybody give me initiative.
Oh no! No! Roll initiative.
Roll for initiative.
And your best stat. So everybody adds 2.
So everybody adds
Okay.
2. So
Oh.
Okay,
I would
that's
add
8.
2, so that's a 6.
mine's a
My turn.
12.
Oh, I don't like it. The
Nine.
way you are laughing, Jono,
Oh,
it's
no. Fun.
Sylaris, you dive under the water. Hyacinth, you hide in the crow's nest. Nyx and Spira try to take to the skies. So the primal soul is rising from water level. As you're passing through the window once again, you see 6 primal thrope in the former room where you're at, and they can all smell. Since the door was busted open by Dr. Wolfenstein, the scent was very much picked up by the entire crew, and the thrope are flooding into the captain's quarters. They all look up at you, their eyes lock in as they see the two of you rising above the water, and they all just let out this howl in unison as they charge through and bust through the glass. Give me acrobatics, Spira, for your primal soul. Nyx, give me strength to hold on.
Oh no. Okay. Oh god. Oh my god.
No,
Oh my
no.
god. No. It's nice knowing you guys.
Spira, please give me an instinct roll to save Nyx.
Come on, dice.
That's just a pure
It's
dice,
nice knowing
right?
you guys.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay. So, Spira, you realize that Nyx is about to fall off of your primal soul. So, despite your best urge to urge it flying upwards, you decide to be self-sacrificial, and you actually order it to swoop down low to catch Nyx so that you guys can swoop away from the boat. As you look behind you, you see 6 wolves are in the air, flying and falling towards you. Hyacinth, in the crow's nest, you see the nightmare appearing below as 6 thrope yeet themselves out of the captain's quarters down towards Spira and Nyx, who are falling towards the bottom. Now, Spira, I am going to give you, because you so wonderfully gave up your instinct roll, and you also had the highest initiative, I'm going to give you a buff for this. What do you want to do? Do you want to
I just want to go really, really fast away.
Okay, give me a resolve roll. A resolve roll. A resolve roll.
Resolve roll. Resolve.
Resolve roll.
I can't even do it.
Okay, fine, perfect. Okay, they are debuffed. Look at this.
Please be a nat one.
So yeah, they pretty much all, and 11 for the last one. So yeah, they pretty much all miss you and splash into the water. They land actually where the boat was, where Sylaris was just earlier. So good job getting into the water.
Oh my god.
So yeah, the 6 thrope enter into the water.
Nice.
Yeah, you, Gina, you're the Spira, you're trying to fly away. However, look at this goal.
Oh,
So one of the thrope falls out of the window as he stumbles and falls. Another thrope leaps out the window and jumps off of his back, kicking him into the water as he flies through the sky towards you. He is coming at you at terrifying speed. Is next on the initiative.
Can I like try to swat him if he gets close?
Yeah, you can draw your sword, or you can, yeah, you can draw your sword, or you can do something else. I don't know.
All I have is my sword right now.
Okay, question. How willing are we to kill them? Or are we just
Try not
hurting
to-
them?
Can I just hit them like with the back of my sword? Like, not
can-
like...
You can try.
poop him in the nose. Poop him in the
Just
nose.
like a little bump, you know? Just push them like backwards.
I'm just like, please don't let it be Nyx that gets hurt again.
Oh, no.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna roll. Please.
Nice. Plus your martial. So as the thrope is flying through the air towards you, how do you want to hit it? With the butt of your sword or the back of the blade?
Butt of the sword.
Okay. You hit it across the face with the butt of your sword, which causes it to careen offside. However, it does dig its claws into the thigh of Spira's primal soul, and it lets out a cry in pain, and it loses its grip, and the thrope falls back into the ocean with a splash. Hyacinth, give me a perception check.
Oh no.
Yeah, perception, your highest mental stat.
Nice.
Okay. Sylaris.
Yeah.
They still haven't noticed you.
Nice.
The thrope that had fallen into the water are swimming back towards the boat, though. They dig their claws into the back and they just start climbing up the wood with determination. They're not even thinking of using the ladder. They're just digging their claws into the wood frame of the boat and climbing up. Hyacinth, you hear a growling that is suspiciously close to you. You didn't notice that there were several climbing up the pole.
Oh.
Yeah, give me an instinct roll. I believe this is
Either
the...
buffs or no debuffs.
No, it's just a pure one. I believe this is now the last instinct roll, then everybody is instinct. Yeah, you managed to flitter out of... Yep. Nyx would clap their mouth against their face to stop from screaming. Yeah, Hyacinth, you managed to flitter out of the crow's nest just as 3 Thrope climb over the edge and like start like growling and trying to find you in there. You're fluttering up. However, they don't notice you. You guys are unbelievably lucky. Spira, it is now your move. Your primal soul has lost a lot of height after the weight of a full-blown transformed Thrope and a Kitsune were riding your primal soul. So it is ducked down near the water again. However, it's far away from the one that clawed you. Your primal soul did take damage. Your soul doesn't take damage when it's in this form. However, if it takes enough damage, the spell ends. So yeah, essentially you are again been brought back low down to the water side. If you look towards the captain's quarters, you see another dozen set of eyes have noticed the commotion outside and are looking at you guys.
Oh no.
So, Spira, what do you do?
I'm gonna continue to go away and up.
Okay, give me resolve.
Really want to get him hide into a cloud.
Yeah, give me resolve to maintain your primal soul after what just happened to it. Okay, you succeed. It doesn't end, thankfully.
Thankfully.
So, yeah, that's a great thing. Aren't you relieved, Nyx?
Yeah.
Nyx can't swim. Okay, so the next up is
Swim.
yeah, Nyx. It is your turn.
Are
Spira's-
any of them jumping at us right now, or?
It's not their turn yet, but Spira is flying the primal soul away from the boat and trying to get up again.
I wish I could help with that, but I really can't.
Yeah, your options are somewhat limited in this situation. You might have to pass on this turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass.
Okay, I will do this. I will let you give me a pure roll. Actually, give me a resolve. Give me a resolve roll. So what I'm going to do is you're preparing yourself mentally for your next attack. So you'll get a bonus to your next attack, essentially.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, essentially you're concentrating and you're preparing yourself for the next time you have to draw your sword against one of these things. Hey, Hyacinth, you are flittering above, but you notice the 3 Thrope that climbed into the thing have spotted you, and they are preparing to jump at you. What are you going to do?
How far am I from them?
You just flitted up like a few meters, but that's an easy jump for a primal Thrope.
Wait 1 second. Let me see. I don't, because she wouldn't want to hurt them.
So you would want
Can
to
I
try.
help her?
No, you're underneath the boat, and Hyacinth is literally above the boat. You guys are like many meters away from each other and can't see each other.
Okay, how far can I use my hypnosis?
Your hypnosis is based on a song, so you would have to be in a medium, the same medium as them. So you would have to be in the air to use it, or they have to be in the water with you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have a stupid idea, but I don't think it'll work.
What's the idea? Tell us.
How big are they?
They're big.
How small am I?
You are about the size of a hand.
Okay, I'm gonna try to manifest a storm and try to maybe blow them out of the nest.
Okay, then give me a wit roll.
Wait, does this Arcana?
Yes.
Is this Arcana?
Yeah, so plus
okay,
5
then
plus
that's
your
a
wit.
plus 5. Plus 5 plus my
Okay.
wit.
Yeah. So plus.
Oh, that's 2.
So 50. Let's see. Okay, so what ends up happening is one of them leaps up to grab you. However, you manage to, for the first time, summon the actual type of weather phenomenon that you were wanting compared to the previous time. So this is the 3rd time you've ever used this magic. And you managed to push the Thrope that was jumping up towards you back down to the crow's nest. The other one almost falls off, but digs his claws in and slides down the pole a little bit and growls as you manage to prevent them from jumping. Sylaris, you are in the water. However, most of the Thrope are climbing up the boat, except for the one that he knocked into the water. And that one spots you and is now swimming straight towards you. Nyx's booped one.
Is he going to reach me this round?
No, you've got some distance, but he is an impressive swimmer. Also, I need to check which character it is, which Thrope. Hold on. I gotta do this for fun. Oh my god. You notice it has a 2-tone pattern on it.
No! Not that one.
It is this one.
There. That's just bad luck.
That was the dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, 1 for the captain, 2 for Jarrah, 3 for Roderick, and 4 for Dr. Wolfenstein. And Roderick was number 3.
Well, at least it gives me some motivation to be better because I can't stand the guy.
It also means Nix, you booped him.
You
Plus-
feel the urge to hit him.
Yeah, plus I won't feel guilty if I have to injure him.
Yeah, out of all the throw on the boat, this is the one that you feel. But yeah, Nix, you did boop Roderick. He's gonna have a bump on his head when he wakes up.
Nice job.
He's not gonna want to be on an adventure with you unless you lie to him and say it was someone else.
He won't have any memories of this evening.
You won't
Yeah,
remember.
you could just lie about it. Oh, it was Sylaris that hit you.
Well, he will remember if he awakens in the morning covered in bruises and whatnot.
You don't know who did.
You don't know if he likes that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he probably would. Oh my god, he would chase after me even more.
Poor Sylaris.
Oh, no. Okay, what if I... No, that way the boat will just swim away. Because I was thinking about releasing the staircase and just dive deeper into the ocean. Because
I
they
will.
surely won't be able to...
Yeah, he would definitely
Catch up
try
on
to
you.
come after you with held breath, but after a certain point, his instincts would kick in and he would resurface.
Yeah.
However, I would start making
Yeah.
you do stamina rolls to try and catch up.
Oh, what if I grab the rope, the end of the rope, which, I mean, did we cut the...
Yes,
we
you said you
didn't
cut it,
it.
but they fell into
We-
the boat anyway, like as it was drifting away, and then they, scrambled back. So the boat is gone.
The boat is gone, but the rope is not
Yeah, the rope is still in the
gone.
water.
It's still in the water. So what if I just hold on to the rope, and with the rope I dive deeper into the ocean. So I still can
Ooh.
follow the boat. I mean, drift with the boat, along with the boat, but I will be deep enough for the trophy to not dive and harm me
Okay, you're
inside
good.
the water.
I will say though, the physics of that means that the boat is going to constantly be trying to pull you to the surface once you reach the end of the rope.
Yeah.
So that is something you're gonna have to factor in. I'll have to add in like a strength or a stamina check as well to make sure that you
Yeah.
keep that depth. So
Yes.
that's the move you want to do. I will also grant you. Okay, so give me acrobatics first.
I don't think I have any more, just my dexterity. Yes, so it's just a +2.
Perfect. Okay,
Oh.
you grab it, you swim down, and you did so well. In fact, you actually still have time to sing a little song for him
Oh, okay.
because he made it about halfway through the distance already in a few seconds. That's just how powerful a transformed throper is. Through sheer brute force, he is just literally parting the water while swimming straight towards you. These things are monsters when they're transformed. Like, you guys are actually unbelievably lucky you have not received any injuries yet. Like, this is supposed to be game ending if this many thrope.
Okay, so I try to induce some hypnosis on him to not harm me.
Okay, let me check your stats quick. So give me your manipulation. A manipulation roll.
It's a +2.
Yeah, okay. I will also factor in that this is a natural ability. Ooh, I just realized something. Okay, give me the roll. So it works. You want to know why? Because the Thrope's
Why?
senses are extremely heightened, which makes them particularly perceptible to this type of attack.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, from your psychosis, was it psychosis or hypnosis? Which-
It's hypnosis.
Okay, you're using the hypnosis one. Okay, so essentially what happens is your skin starts rippling in patterns as you cycle through a variety of colors and textures on your skins, the mimic octopus, where it can change its texture and its colors, and essentially creates a rippling black and white effect that completely jars the Thrope. Roderick is mesmerized in a way that he's usually not, if you know what I mean. And he's coming straight at you.
Yeah.
He knows what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was gonna give it to you until you're all like, that's not correct.
That bastard.
Yeah, he's a jerk. Okay, so then, give me an evasion, a dodge roll. So just a dex, okay? Oh boy.
Am I eaten alive? Yeah, I'm being eaten alive.
No!
He reaches you with his paw. Remember, he's a primal now, so he's no longer humanoid. So he doesn't have fingers. He has dog paws. He scratches at you that digs into your upper left. That causes you to let go of the rope itself. You do take damage. It's a deep knife stab into you. I'm going to be very lenient here because of your hypnosis. He doesn't take your arm off despite his strength, because in normal circumstances he would, but because you were using hypnosis, he wasn't entirely sure what you were or where you were. So he was like really confused about where to hit you. So you take damage, but you don't lose your arm, because that's pretty hard to put back on. So I will grant you a counterattack grapple with your tentacles of many targets.
Flip him!
Remember,
Rotate
you are deep in the water.
Yes,
A grapple
but
here.
I was just thinking about using my ink.
Oh, okay. So you can either ink or grapple.
Well, my head tentacles have a +5, plus my dexterity is +7.
Yes.
Okay, let's go with that.
Okay. Roll.
Bye, guys. It was good.
Your
knowing you.
eight tendrils wrap around and you hold them in place as the boat starts to move far ahead of you. You don't have to worry too much about the speed yet, but you can see he starts to panic as bubbles leave his mouth as he realizes that
Good.
he's deep underwater, and you're pulling him even deeper down.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, guys, we will have the VIP rooms for ourselves.
Oh no.
Seems-
No.
Just kill nobility.
Spira, give me a dodge roll. You can add your acrobatics to this.
Yeah, well, my acrobatics is 0, but yeah.
No, you got acrobatics.
Yeah, but it's level 1, so I have +0.
Oh, okay. I'll give you a bonus because it's your primal soul here. So you can add 5. So 5 plus your dex is 7. Yeah, so +7 in total. You are unbelievably lucky as 6 thrope fly through the air and you evade all of them.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they all left. Like I said, there are 35 of these things on the boat. They are landing in the water, but you can see that the ones that landed in the water are making their way back. They're paddling back to the boat and like clawing into the. They've got long claws, so they're clawing into the boat and climbing back up. Yeah, Hyacinth, you still have your storm going. You can either continue it to try and keep pushing them down, or you can try and take the opportunity to fly higher and flee. Warning: they can jump very, very high.
I'm gonna keep trying my storm up.
Give me a roll with your result, a +2. An arcane, so +7 total. 10. Woo!
Guys, I might die.
The one that was down on the pole loses his grip and slips all the way to the bottom, but the one that had jumped at you before leaps up a second time. Give me an evade. You get a bonus with your evasion, so +7.
24.
Yeah, he swats at you, but you just barely manage to avoid it. The wind from his claws makes you tumble a little bit. However, gravity kicks in and he starts falling down towards the ocean as well. Close.
Great.
You guys have been saving us. Oh my god.
I should just abandon you guys and swim deep.
Take your newfound lover.
I'm gonna be like,
Spira, yeah, you just managed to dodge all of those tropes, so now it's your turn. You see Hyacinth is tumbling a little bit from dodging that attack, so she's losing altitude.
Hyacinth's like, please help me, Tatiana. And then she's like hugging the needle.
But I'm nowhere close, am I?
No, but you could try and like race towards them before she reaches the deck. She might be able to stabilize herself in time, so it's a calculated risk here. You can either try to support or you can just continue to make distance.
Yeah, because the thing is also like, if I go there, I'm gonna be even closer to all of the trophy again.
Yep.
Oh
So basically, I either try to save myself and Nyx, or I risk all 3 of us.
I love this team bonding exercise.
Oh my god, I hate this. You know what, Gina,
Can you fly over to us?
Gina, I won't
Yeah.
take it personally if you leave Hyacinth. I won't take it personally.
Yep.
It would honestly be stupid if you did try to go for her.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, but at the same time, my character wants to save everyone.
Yeah, it's in
Oh
character.
my gosh. Morality problem.
Yep.
What wins, instinct or morality?
Yeah, Gina, give me a resolve roll, and depending on how well you do, it'll be the opposite of what you want to do.
Oh my god.
Oh.
What I would do. So
Oh, do you want to save them or do you want to survive? Which is your priority here?
I feel like that those instincts are really battling themselves out because I need to survive to be able to fulfill my goal, which is also protective. That means that I'm just being torn apart.
Try maybe using your wind magic. You don't have that many spirits left after summoning a
Like,
primal soul, but you
bring
can
her
still
over.
try to use some of your wind magic to like guide Hyacinth to a safer like direction.
Yeah. The big question is where on earth is safe close to the ship?
Probably away from the ship, honestly, because Hyacinth is tumbling towards the deck, but you could blow them more towards the ocean side, so it'd be harder for them to jump. Because if they tried to jump after Hyacinth again, then they'll land in the ocean rather than back on the deck for a round 2.
Plus, she has wings that glide, so if a gust of wind tries to take her, it's gonna take her.
If you want to use your Gale Touch, give me intelligence roll.
I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna try to get Hyacinth away, like preferably towards me, honestly.
So the gust of wind does help. It stabilizes Hyacinth's fall. Hyacinth now can fly away without being hindered. So you help catch their fall. It didn't push them far, but it helped nudge them in the right direction. So you've given them a little bit of a boost for their turn.
How exhausted am I?
You are breathing heavily. Combining your
Yeah.
primal soul with the Gale Touch is a lot for one day. However, everybody notices a glow on the horizon that the sun is coming up.
Oh, thank God.
We just need to survive one more
Yeah, you guys
time.
did extremely well with the hiding rolls at the start of this, where your composure and blocking off the sense and everything. So you spent most of the night undetected, right towards the end, though. Okay, then, Nyx, it is your turn again. But however, you're not really in a position to be able to do anything except continue to prep yourself in case.
To swat off anything that.
Your pilot was flying very well, so your intervention wasn't needed.
Yes.
However, you can just keep preparing yourself in case it is.
I'm just here for defense.
Yeah, thank you.
Hyacinth, you have stabilized thanks to Spira's little gust of wind. You get a second wind. You can flutter away from the boat now. You see the sun is rising as well in the distance.
Can I fly towards Gina? Like not hang on to her Pegasus, but fly near it.
Yeah, you can give me an acrobatics roll for your flight.
Acrobatics, that is.
Oof. Yeah, you don't get very far.
Oh!
Sylaris, you noted that Roderick is unconscious. The bubbles have stopped coming out of his mouth. He is going to drown if you drag him any deeper. You can resurface with him, or you can just leave him there to drown. It's entirely up to you.
It's a tough decision. Not really. Should I follow my instinct or my instinct?
Whichever you prefer.
Rest in peace.
Okay. But if we resurface, he won't gain
No,
back
he's unconscious.
his
He's unconscious.
consciousness immediately,
No,
right?
no. He's completely out of oxygen.
Okay, then I will be
You
the
could
bigger
save him
person.
and he'll transform back.
Oh, then he will remember that I was saving him. No,
You could twist
Oh
it
my
around
God,
and say you
funny.
saved him.
That's funny.
I saved you. You fell into the water.
You saved me.
She's
oh
so
no,
strong.
guys, no.
Who knows? He might get a award.
Maybe you'll get a.
We don't know what that
Yeah,
award
I
might
can.
be,
I will
but-
be offered a spot in his harem or
No, but
something.
No. Maybe he'll give you monetary value. Something of monetary
I mean,
value.
he is a noble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Money.
I don't hate the guy that much to wish him dead. At least not for now. But yeah, I will try to bring him to the surface.
Give me a strength roll. I will give you a bonus to this because surfacing is much easier.
Yeah, strength. I don't have any bonus. Yeah.
Don't worry. This is not going to be a hard roll.
Yeah.
Yep, you make a good chunk of the way. He will probably need mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Oh
This
no!
God, this is
Oh
horrible.
no!
Where's
Oh,
Dr.
no.
Wolfenstein when you need him?
This is really the continuation of your werewolf novels. I'm out.
He's drowning! I have to follow reality. Werewolves don't breathe underwater, okay?
Oh
Someone's
my
gonna have to do it. There is a medic flying in the
Are you
sky.
serious? I have to give him resuscitation.
Spira, would you like to save him? I mean, you could.
Okay, I will do it because I have to do it. I'm not a monster, but Jono, I'm telling you, if you make him transform back in the middle of it, I'm out.
Okay.
Jono,
Only the
please.
werewolf form. Okay.
Okay. I I didn't
Oh,
plan for
no.
this to happen. You're the one that rolled that pathetic strength roll, okay? Not me.
Jono, you know my luck. I basically
My face hurts.
6 or 7 out of 10 rolls is under 10 for me. So
I'm never
Yeah.
beating the werewolf allegation.
Never
You
are.
never.
You were the one that made the ship full of
Well, if they were the throat bear have a
Yeah.
cat version, but there would be werecats, which would probably be even more scary. Okay, so
I'm
then,
giving him oxygen.
with the rising sun, you notice that the Thrope start to calm down on their aggression as they seem to no longer be throwing themselves at you quite literally. They are still growling and snarling, and you notice that they start to like move in a strange way, like they've got itching all over their bodies as the fur starts to recede and they resume into their regular Thrope forms. You notice that most of them still have their clothes on, okay? I'm not that much of a monster that they become like fully naked, okay?
Thank God.
magic.
Sylaris,
Yeah.
you drag a unconscious, near drowning Roderick onto the boat, and he is already transformed back into his humanoid form as you were climbing the boat itself. He is going to start suffering brain damage unless he gets that water out of his lungs.
Okay.
Dr. Wolfenstein is nowhere to be seen.
Okay. I'm starting to resuscitate him.
You can call for someone else to do it.
Spira, you see Sylaris is not being attacked, so you can gauge that it is relatively safe. So if you wish, you can try and like offer to take Sylaris's place rather than let them do it. It's up to you.
Will they make it?
Yes, I will allow it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that. I am just
You know
really,
what?
really
You know what? You know what? Jono gave you an out, so if you have to do if Sylaris has to do mouth to mouth, it will be the dice's fault. It will just be Lael's luck.
Okay. Okay, so Lael and Gina, give me a pure D20 and we'll see who is the most unlucky. The music got real intense all of a sudden.
Of course, it's me.
Okay.
Okay, let's get over it.
Okay.
I'm just gushing out everything.
So you perform the medical routine with absolutely no emotion whatsoever, besides a slight gag reflex kicking in every now and then.
Light is an understatement, but okay.
No, Jono. No.
His eyes shoot open.
I knew it.
His eyes shoot
my
open as he coughs and splutters. The shock of his lungs being filled with water, but having air again, he breathes and he looks up and he sees that it was Sylaris that had saved him, and he's like, "What happened?"
What happened? You wanted to kill me and I still saved your sorry ass. That's what happened.
You notice that you're bleeding profusely from your left shoulder blade. Spira, you realize this and you can immediately start trying to treat Sylaris's wound. Yeah, you can keep talking down to him. He's like just shocked and trying to figure out what the hell's happening because he has no memory of it. He's like, no, but it wasn't me. It's not who I really am.
Sure.
Spira, can you give me an apothecary roll to like just apply some emergency treatment to Sylaris's arms? What's this?
Yeah,
sound
I
like?
have +10.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, you immediately start putting pressure on it, and you take out a spare like bandage that you had in your pouch, and you immediately start like wrapping the arm. One of the other Thrope who's coming to notices that somebody's injured, and they start calling out for Dr. Wolfenstein. And yeah, Roderick looks at you and is like, "How can I pay you back? I hurt you and you saved me."
Just shut up, please, okay? Just don't say anything.
Please never look at me again. Don't breathe my
He
air.
smiles but nods.
Like this is it. Oh my god.
Don't worry, I didn't make him blush, okay?
Well, thank God.
He is flustered and in pain and feeling guilt and whatnot. So yeah, he's not in exactly the most reliable state. Also, remember, he's a spoiled rich boy. So, you know, this is like the most crazy situation he's ever been in his life. Also, I don't think anyone in his family's line has ever accidentally made out with an abyssal.
I'm gonna have so much fun animating this.
My
Oh
god.
no. No.
I think that that's a good spot to call it. You'll be landing in Tarnithia for next week's episode. But well done, guys.
We survived the night.
So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week for next week's episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
The next episode should be right here. Thanks for watching.